coach always harps on how competitive this team is.
Yeah.
Did we see that tonight?
I think you did. I hope you did. I mean, going to 5 is just a struggle anyway, and I mean, it's a WCC, so you should expect that, but going to 5 and going past 15 is even a bigger struggle, and I think that just says something about our team is even if it does go 5, I mean, we still fight back and we're still going to win that game.
When Macy has a game like she did, a match like she did tonight, how does that help you?
I don't.
In other words, does it take some of the pressure off you a little bit? Or just,
I mean, no.
Yeah.
I just love when she plays like this. I mean, it's great. I just love knowing that, you know, when I'm not up there, and I don't know, when I'm not up there, I mean, she's going to get the kill anyway. So it's just, you know, it's just great having confidence in her all the time. So.
How amped up were you coming home for the first time this season?
Oh, I was so excited to, you know, see my family and play in front of them really for the first time, and you know, it all just it was really exciting. Yeah.
Family's here from Nebraska?
When we went to Nebraska.
Oh, we went to Nebraska.
Yeah.
Do you think that affected you guys at all to start the game or to start the match?
Being home?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we saw how many people there were, and I think that kind of gave us energy. You know, when you have the crowd, it's just a really good feeling being on the court. You know.
In the second and third game, there was a little bit of frustration going on. Do you think that actually helped you in a lot of ways?
You know, one of the big things that we try and do is we just try and stay calm on the court. So, yeah, it was frustrating, but I think it gave us a sense of urgency. So I thought that was good.
As far as the overall team performance, I mean, do you think that everything was, for your own personal perspective, what do you think that you can work on yourself to help the team out?
Everything. I just, you know, putting the ball away still. I mean, on critical points, and you know, whenever I have a chance, I just, you know, have to take care of it. And my pass is really important. Well, all of our passing is really important. So I think I can do better on service.
Kimmy, I actually asked for you personally because you were pretty much all over the place. Not saying that nobody else was, but you had a hand in. You had 9.5 points, but 56 assists. Tell me how you were going through today.
I mean, that's just my position, you know. I'm aware of the fact that I'm going to be involved in every play, and so I just trust my passers that they're going to give me a ball to give my hitters, and so it's really just about working hard and trusting my teammates.
How was the coming home for you?
Today,
yeah.
Being home, I mean, it's awesome. I love having the crowd on our side, and we've played against some, you know, some pretty tough crowds, so I think it's fun to get home and get some noise in our gym and know confidently that they're cheering for us.
Talk about the match against USF today. I mean, it was a long, drawn match, and you guys pulled it out.
Yeah, I think we always really expect to play a good match with USF. They're a tough team, and everybody is in conference. So it's just about playing hard and playing through the entire game. I mean, whatever's gonna be handed to us, and whatever we play, like it's just about finishing the ball. It's about playing to the end of the game.
This team went 10-3 on the road. Now you guys are 1-0 at home. I mean, how much character building do you think that actually brings?
I mean, I think every game is a character building. It's just about playing with each other and knowing that every team we play against is going to be tough. So it's about working together and finding a way every time.
You guys just got home, and now you're turning around, going back on the road. How difficult could that be?
You know, I think it's fun. Like every game's an opportunity for us. So we just go out there and we strive for another win.
I mean, I thought we played pretty well. We fought through everything. I mean, that's something that I pride myself, like, and our whole team prides ourselves on, is that we fight. Like, no matter if we're down or up, whatever it is, like, we're always fighting. We always want to get the win.
I have not seen you guys this season. I don't know really kind of where your confidence level was personally going into this season, but if it wasn't where it is now, has it grown? Has it become bigger strength for you?
Yeah, I think so. I think just like being on the court, like in a match, is definitely confidence building. I mean, I have a team that builds me up every time. Like I get a kill or something, they're always like letting me know, good job or whatever. I just think being on the court with our team is like a confidence building experience.
How did it feel to play home finally?
It was a lot of fun. You know, you walk around campus and like people or other athletes are just telling you like, can't wait to see you tonight. Like we're so excited to watch volleyball. So I mean, that was good, and it was fun to have the crowd there and our band. They were a lot of fun as well.
Going into the last game or to the last set, who said something and really what was said during that last timeout to really turn things around for you guys?
I think coach just told us, you got to get your serve and pass there. Like, we are a fighting team and we're gonna fight, and that's pretty much it. Like, we hold ourselves accountable and know that we need to get things done.
You mentioned about the crowd. Talk about the crowd. They were pretty in full throat tonight. If you don't.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of sports come out and support us, and they're very vocal and like cheer us on and joke around, which is great. It's a really good time, and just the roar of the crowd is like, it's really exciting.
I met with them briefly, in our team room downstairs, and just say, this is the WCC. This is the first time ever every WCC team has been as successful as they are. I think every team, you got to remember, a week and a half ago, San Francisco was 13-0. They were one of, I think, 5 undefeated teams in the country. And I told the girls, we're not winning anything 3-0. Those are long gone for this season. I think if you want to be successful, we're going to be plan on going 5. I hope, I guess you should expect to have every set going by 2 points, but that's the way it is. We're in an ultra competitive conference where hopefully the NCAA at the end of the season looks at it and looks like we're a 6-7 bid conference. We'll see. But right now, our focus is just playing every match and every point for what it is, and it's you got to grind away in this conference. Even this season, we're looking at the way even we train is we count reps. In everything we do, so we're not going as hard as what we have in years past in practice. We go hard in practice, but we don't go for 2 hours. Like tomorrow, we're going to go probably 40 minutes, and we're going to get what reps we need and we're going to probably shut down a couple of our players and, focus on a couple of things that we can do a little bit better, but get in and out and get on the road and prepare, mentally and physically, for LMU and Pepperdine.
Coach, you had 9 players playing throughout the game, throughout this whole match. How can that actually be a struggle when compared to USF had 11 players out there?
We prepared our girls all season. When we went to Europe, in spring, we knew we were a little light in the roster this year. Coming into preseason camp, and we talked about this, and this is where we're going to do everything we can, from my strength and conditioning coach to our athletic trainer at Nat, and Joey, and we have our Sparta program here that we use to where it monitors their fatigue levels, and we're also looking at their vegetable levels, their protein levels. We want to see, it's a matter of us and preaching to them, take care of your bodies. I get it, you're in the middle of midterms and this and that. We have to find a way to get you 8 to 10 hours of sleep. We've got, we do everything we can. Like, we even lift right before practice and bring it into practice. Why? Because we can save about 3 hours a week from them having to change out and come back. So we're just having to train, be a little bit smarter in how we train. So because we don't have a humongous roster as far as competing at the level we're competing at. So we've got to find ways to where we rest and, keep our girls so they can, perform at their peak.
A match like this that's so tight, you don't have those big runs of points where you could kind of point to something as a layperson like myself and say, was that a turning point, and what adjustments did you make there to go on that run? Because it was so tight. But what adjustments were kind of made during the match? And maybe Kimmy did in her sets, or you guys did as a team. Serve receive, you mentioned, was kind of a big thing that needed to get better after the first game, and it did. Were there some key adjustments that you all made to pull this one out?
We shot ourselves in the foot a little bit in that second set because the one thing we did is we were forcing them out of system, but we didn't need, I thought we were trying to force our serves too much, putting too much velocity behind them when we didn't need to, because we're based off of get them out of system. And I think we're too much into that ace mentality maybe, and it was more about, hey, find the seams, find the passer that Jim is telling you to go after, and let's just keep it on, or force them to pass the ball, because that's mentally taxing. And then we did. We missed 5 serves basically back to back to back to back almost in that second set, and that's going to hurt you. And then we need to work a little bit harder in transition. And what they did is when we were trying to do a better job of putting hands in their face, we were coming up a little bit higher. Once we got over the net, what did they do? They started shotting the ball. So we had to make some adjustments as far as the off blockers had to come over, our wing diggers had to come under and be able to pull a couple of those. But then we had to bust, where our advantage is our speed, where they have some pretty physical swingers over there, and we were able to out-transition them a little bit. It was a side-out battle. You saw in the scores. It was a matter of God, it's unforced errors. The name, you talk about, we preach a little bit about, we play this 2% rule, where the name of the game is what? Get 1% more of the points than your opponent, and it doesn't matter how you do it, and that's what we had to do tonight. Every set was by 2. Well, yeah, we got 1% more, exactly 1% more, and that could have been that shot where we couldn't get the clean swing, so we had to put it in play and rely on our defense, and then let's out transition them. But that's the way it went back and forth in those sets. It was a matter of an unforced error. And where was the turning point? They made an unforced error. Then that put us on match point. That's where we wanted to be, and that's where this team just fights and fights. If you look at Cal, we did the same thing against them. We were fighting, taking control of that. It came down to an unforced error. What did Cal do? They hit a ball out to and put us on match point, and we took advantage of it. And that's what these girls are doing. They're gritty. They just find a way. Sometimes it's just a matter of finding a way to win, and they're doing a great job.
How powerful is this for being 13 matches straight on the road, coming home? How good is that for you, actually?
This is amazing to have our fans, and it comes down to one of those things. We had to create this schedule to go on the road because of RPI. We should have been into the past 3 years. We've built up these resumes, and then we need to play this RPI schedule, go on the road, and obviously we're battle tested, but to be able to come home to our family and friends and have fun like this, what more could you ask for? You saw, my voice is going, not because I choose to yell at my girls, but because in timeouts I had to yell in order for them to hear me. How much fun is that? I'm not sure how many people were in there, but God, that's electrifying from our band. How great is our band? And then you have our tiger dancer. The whole atmosphere. That's what's fun, and you're telling me, I don't even play the game, and I was motivated by that. Oh my gosh, this is a great environment to be in. And then in all those sets where, the sound of that match point, God, how fun is that? That's great when you're at home and you've got everyone behind you. That's a extremely fun environment, so what more could you ask for?
Looking forward to Loyola Marymount. What are you concerned with them?
They've got some good pins, some good middles. They're another team that's going to fight. This is a team that's taken down UCLA, and it's the same thing. I think you're going to see, was it last year when we won both the matches against them in 5 sets. I think you're going to see another 5-setter against them. I think you're going to see another 5-setter against Pepperdine. I think that's just what to expect. I think, one of the things is, we do these scouting reports and this and that, and we want, okay, let's do this. This is what's going to come at you here. But when you look at it, what's the difference? Take care of the ball on our side of the net. And who was it? I think Lexi was up here saying it earlier, is the name of the game, win the serve and pass battle. That's all it's about. We want to force you out of system. We want to, be mindful in our serving, and then let's side out. Let's take care of the ball on our side of the net, and the game will take care of itself.
How's the health overall of the team?
Obviously they're going to be tired and a little beat up. You can't play this competitive a match, so that's why Annette's there with the net right now. Joey's our strength and conditioning coach is gonna get tomorrow, roll them out, and flush out that body. And we're gonna take some minimal reps tomorrow, and keep up their protein, vegetables, and try and get them a good night's rest. But obviously, but I think, and this is where we kind of prepare them mentally, is 80% is going to be a great day. If we can be at 80%, physical wise with your body aching and mentally wise, then that's where we're going to be. We've helped build this team, and Kimmy, who you talk to, our setters, an amazing leader. And Lexi's our co-captain, so that they've got the buy-in. They know what's going through, what it takes for us, the grind of this entire thing. But health-wise, we're there. We have some, nicks and bruises and stuff like that. The girls are powering through, and we've got a great staff that was helping them to at least with the pain management and trying to heal them, whether they're ankles or whatever. So,
last question for me, coach, is what are the positives with Pacific Tigers volleyball right now? What are the good things that they're doing?
We're gritty. We're extremely competitive. You can't come out and watch that and say this isn't a team that competes. That's the name of it. We're not a team of superstars. We do have some very good players, but we, as a unit, when you put them together and how they compete as hard as they do, there's things that obviously we're a work in progress, and we got a lot to work on to continually get better every day. But you can't walk into that gym and say that that team doesn't leave everything out there, because I promise you, is exhausted and fit. I mean, when I walked in that team room, they were just boom, sucking at. I mean, they were excited, but you could tell they put everything that they had out there. I mean, what more can you ask for? Yeah, we were on the W side tonight, but I mean, you can't ask more than to give everything you have, and that's what they do every day, whether in practice or in a match.
Awesome, Coach. Thank you.
You got it. Thanks.